welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations with me, your host, Rev Erma. We will be today discussing Open Arms Support Group. They're going to be our guests, and I'm sure you want to know what they're all about, so please stay tuned. As well, we are going to be having some cake tasting, and I love to cook. Everybody will not believe that, but imagine I say cook and cake. So you just hold on to see what that is going to be about. And then we're going to have the youth segment where we will be joined by a number of young persons, and they will be talking about music and the positive lyrics. Stay tuned.
Oh, cheese on! Babes, I forget my mask home again.
Again?
Man, this COVID-19 thing, got you wearing a mask all the time wherever you go. And I'm accustomed to that. And I always forgetting, you know how many times I had to go back for my mask? Plus, I tired of all this spraying your hands wherever you go. Man, it drained out my hands.
Hun, I know the feeling. We are not accustomed to wearing these face masks all the time, so you will forget it. What I do is that I keep a reserve face mask in the car so that if I leave home without it, that I always have one. You will look, because I have one right here in the cubby hole. Here you go.
Babes, you just always save the day, you know. But I ain't gotta do like you. I ain't gotta keep a reserve mask in my car too.
It works. And don't fret too much about all the hand spraying, you know. This is to help keep you and I safe and all of we safe. We will adjust to it. I'm glad the people strict with this hand spraying, wearing the face mask, and the physical distancing too. We have to keep following the protocols. We can't afford to let our guards down now. We got this.
You're right. Alright, I came back there now, alright?
No problem.
Going up? Sorry, miss. You can go up on the mask before you can get in the bus. That's the rules we gotta follow.
Man, I rushed out the house this morning and forget the mask. Plus, I don't like them because they must make me for real choke up and I just get up the road there. I ain't going too far. I can get off just now.
I can respect that, but I can't let you on the bus unless you go on the mask. The same way we take your life seriously by following the road safety rules, we also take the COVID-19 protocol seriously in order to protect ourselves and the other passengers. And all the passengers on the bus need to follow the COVID-19 protocols when taking public transport. So before you leave home, you have to make sure you have a mask. We can't afford to let our guards down now.
All right, I'm going to get the mask, man. Thanks.
All right. Going up?
Uh-huh.
All right. Moms, before you get on, you gotta pull the mask above your nose.
For sure, I forget that.
All right. Get up good, moms. Get up good.
Morning. Morning.
All right, rolling.
If you suspect you have dengue fever or have been diagnosed with this mosquito-borne illness, there are some medications you must avoid taking. Dr. Leslie Rollock of the Ministry of Health and Wellness explains.
What you should do is take anti-fever medication, which we recommend because of the risk of bleeding with severe dengue, not be aspirin or any of those what we call non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. So no Brufen, no Advil, no aspirin, no Wiz. Just paracetamol, Panadol, or acetaminophen, which is what the Americans call paracetamol.
Welcome back to Candid Conversations with me, Rev Erma, and my guest is Tremaine Carter. We're going to be talking about Open Arms Support Group. When I saw that name, a hymn came to mind, God's Hand Extended. So maybe you'll tell me the connection. But open arm support, what is that and what was the initiative?
Okay, so Open Arms Support Group is to support families, mothers, fathers who would have experienced pregnancy loss. So the name is actually Open Arms Support Pregnancy Loss Group. The initiative started when my husband and I, we experienced our first pregnancy loss back in 2018. Unfortunately, it wasn't our first. Well, that one was our first. We had a second pregnancy loss, and then we had a third. So out of our stage of grief, we created a support group because many women, especially those in the church, tend not to talk about their experiences with pregnancy loss. And it's very common, like 1 in 4 women will experience a pregnancy loss. And at the time I lost my first child, I remember it was myself, my best friend, and my cousin. We were all pregnant at the same time. And my thing was, God, why me? Why did I have to lose my child? And I had to come to that place to realize, it was nothing that I would have done, nothing that was wrong. It's just common around women. So my husband and I, we started this group because we wanted more women to come out and talk about it.
You said child. How old was the child? How old?
My first loss, I was actually in my second trimester. So I think we were about 14, 16 weeks. So that would have be considered a late miscarriage because it was in our second trimester. Our second loss was actually our daughter. She was part of a twin, and we lost that one. And then this year we had, this one we had to actually terminate because it was an ectopic pregnancy.
What does that mean?
That means that it was a pregnancy, but it was developing in the tube, the fallopian tube, rather than being in the uterus, yes. Okay. So that was very scary because it was a life and death situation, because had they not caught it in time as the pregnancy grew, it would have caused internal bleeding, and it was a very, very touchy situation. In cases like that, the woman would lose a tube. But it also served, to be a Christian and be praying and asking God to take you through this process. But we also had some really good OBGYNs who caught it.
What?
Our OBGYN, MAP Medical Center, yeah. They were very efficient. They caught it quite quickly, so we were able to treat it with medication.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had 3 pregnancy loss.
Yes.
And basically, that has been the impetus, the inspiration for you reaching out to say that there are other people going through this, other women going through this experience, and we need support.
We need support, yes, because we find out women don't talk about it. And it was a case, and I found out actually from research and even networking with other women, that you have a sense of embarrassment, you feel ashamed, you are hurt, you have questions, because it's nothing that you could have done to stop it. It was nothing you've done to cause it. So you battle, you have a grief because you're mourning the loss of something you expected. Because from the time you find out you're pregnant, you have all these aspirations, you have all these dreams, you think about these, they maybe think about these photo shoots, how you're going to dress them and names, and then that reality is just snuffed away from you. So it is a loss that you experience. And many people think about, it was just a couple of cells and stuff, but it is really an emotional roller coaster.
It's an emotional roller coaster. You actually feel, even though it didn't come to full term,
yes,
you actually feel as though
you've lost someone you knew, which you did for a while.
You mentioned that, you feel hurt or embarrassed. Did you say embarrassed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
I felt embarrassed because my body was not doing what it was created to do. I felt embarrassed because at that time I started to show, and obviously persons who would not have known, because our first miscarriage happened when we were not even in Barbados. We were in England going to my graduation. So we would have left Barbados as a family of 3. Persons know you were pregnant, and then you coming back and someone asks, wait, how far are you, or you want for the baby? And then you have to say, well, unfortunately, we lost it. So I felt embarrassed. So I didn't want to go out. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want persons to ask me a question. But then on the flip side of it, I wanted to talk about it because this was my child too. So you feel embarrassed at some point in time.
Okay, so the support group is helping people to realize that this happens at times, and you said you gave statistics, 4 out of
1 in 4 women experience
1 out of 4 women
experience pregnancy loss, and 1 out of 8 women experience stillborn in Barbados.
in Barbados.
Yeah.
Those are statistics that you research.
Yes.
Oh wow,
Yes.
that's some knowledge for us, and therefore the Open Arms Support Group has thought it necessary to help women feel more comforted, empowered, so that they can go through.
And we also offer support to families as well, because you may not have experienced a loss yourself, but you know someone who has experienced that loss and you don't know how to talk to them. Certain questions, like certain comments, we say, okay, that's really not nice, because some persons might say, well, at least you know you can conceive. That's
not cool.
That's not cool at all. God knows what he was doing. Probably something would have been wrong. Those kind of things hurt.
Listen, folks. You can't say that.
No.
You have to think before you speak.
Yes.
God knows what he was doing. Oh, wow.
You never know what would have happened in the future.
And that doesn't bring you any comfort.
No, at least you know you can. Yeah, I know I can conceive, but I want my child now. Yeah, so.
You need to be more sensitive.
And I realize that persons don't necessarily mean harm. They don't. They honestly don't. They're just being very innocent, and they want to comfort you, but sometimes they don't know what to say.
What to say. So when we connect with the support group, these are some of the things that we will learn.
Yes.
How to speak to persons, how to console.
We allow persons to grieve. Actually, October 9th to 15th is known as Awareness Month for Pregnancy Loss. So our group...
October 9th?
9th to 15th.
9th to the 15th.
Yeah, is Pregnancy Awareness Loss. We're doing something called the sip and greet, where you can come and we would greet. We also have something in the works where letters to a grieving mother, because those are things that we're looking to...
So where's this movement, or where is this happening?
Okay, so right now we have Instagram, our social media presence. So this October, we're trying to bring, more of a formal gathering. That will be on our page as well, where you can come and you can meet if you have experienced a loss, or you know someone who's experienced a loss, or you just want to network with other women and men. My husband's going to be there. And you just get to talk, because from the time you knew you were pregnant, or from the time you think, all those are happy memories. They don't have to be sad. At one point in time, I could not talk about the situation without breaking down and crying.
Wow.
But now, it is okay. Every loss is painful, but it is okay to talk about it.
Okay, so time works. So you find, how is the response? How has the response been going?
Right now, I would say it's pretty good. We network with other females in terms of, oh, this had happened to me. And I'm like, really? And then we get to realize that, it was around the same time. Our experiences are pretty similar. So then it goes, oh, we're not alone. It would be good if this ministry can take off more in the church assembly, because you have so many women in the church who have experienced even infertility, because you are mourning something you wish you had. So that's something that we're also going into as well. So
you would like the churches?
The churches, yeah, to take it on, just as how you have the marriage ministry, or you have the benevolence, or you have those different things, the women, the men. This can be something where women, families can sit down and talk about, because it affects so many women and families.
I probably should have asked, but do you have children now?
I do. I have a beautiful baby girl.
How old is she?
She was a year, August the 30th. She was the one.
August
30th.
She's a blessed child.
She really is.
Yes, I have to agree with you.
August. She almost made it to September, but
August was the perfect time.
August was the best time.
And I say that because I think I probably would have interacted with women who, having had a miscarriage or pregnancy loss, thought, you see me, I'm not going through this again. How is that? How do we help persons to move to that state when they say,
I ain't doing this again?
Yes, because nobody knows the future.
It's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was really, really hard. The thing about it, because you're so emotional, it's so traumatic, sometimes you fluctuate between I want more children and I don't want more children. I remember when I was pregnant the second time around, I didn't know that's what it was. And when I found out, I remember sitting in the doctor's office like this for real, because I got pregnant about 3 or 4 months after the first miscarriage. And we had some complications along the line. It was not easy. And I remember there was one time I had to be rushed to the hospital, and one doctor said, you know, things don't look good, and I would recommend that you look into the alternative. Basically, it was kind of promoting abortion. Like, it wasn't looking good. But my OB-GYN at the time, because that happened this Sunday, we had to go to Sandy Crest, and by the Monday, we went to our doctor, and she was really helpful. She said, no, in Jesus' name, this will go. So I had a really, really good team along with my family, my doctors, and she said no. She said no. She said no, we can go through this. So we lost one, but we have our little Ava Marie.
What's her name?
Ava Marie.
Ava Marie. Tremaine, it's really been a joy talking to you. And if there are persons who have not yet connected, who've had a struggle with pregnancy, how can we reach you? You said the Instagram, yes, but so do I go say Instagram?
So you can find us on Instagram as Open Arms Support Group Barbados.
Open Arms Support Group Barbados.
You can also contact us at 236-9605. You can WhatsApp us if you said, you know what, I just want to talk, this is my experience, or I want to join to help other women. We take that as well. As we said, we're having something launching in October, so if you can join, you can liaise with us, we can have a social, we're looking forward. So yes, you can find us on social media, or you can call us.
And this ministry that you're doing is so important because every life matters. Every life. And as we go through the various struggles, God is always holding our hand.
He is.
Yes. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
No, absolutely not.
Please, my friends, let us continue to encourage each other. Always taste our words before we speak. And sometimes remember, you don't have to say anything. You just need to be present. Thank you so much for joining us on Candid Conversations, and I shall look forward to the information with regards to that social, which will happen next month, October. Open Arms Support Group Barbados. You can find them on Instagram. Thank you so much. Candid Conversations.
Hello?
Hi, Grace Me.
Hey, Cheryl. Girl, I can't talk to you right now. I'm doing my morning exercise.
Babe, since when is your morning exercise so important?
Since the World Health Organization say that people with NCDs are more likely to get real sick if they catch COVID-19.
What?
Yes, you know I'm a diabetic. Plus I put on a little size. So I got to exercise and use up this little bit of energy that I got to keep my blood sugar under control. Plus my doctor said that when I exercise, it will help to keep my immune system strong.
Oh, so God forbid, if you ever get COVID, you have a better chance of recovering faster.
Exactly.
Grace, I never told you that I have high blood pressure. I don't even take the medication properly. I looking got to join you in your morning exercise or the line dancing. What do you think?
Yes, and I can send you the same routine that I'm doing here now, girl. It's real sweet.
Alright, I will talk to you later. And you keep safe here. I'll be coming through. Alright. Hello, Mavis Raffin speaking.
Mavis, this is Giggard.
Giggard? Well, what high wind blow you my side? I ain't hear or see you for a long time.
See me, Mavis? But you ain't hear the medical people and the Prime Minister telling you elderly people like we to stay home for be safety. Huh?
True.
Well, I stay home here relaxing in my yard for mine, telling you. But why call you about the same COVID thing too, because I get the impression that you got this thing covered. What happened is this. Mountain called me last night and tell me that he feel that he get exposed to COVID because he got sore throat, fever, coughing and sneezing, headache, can't smell or taste nothing, and he got shortness of breath. But he frightened to go and get the test. So you know what he doing? He treating himself with home remedies. You can believe that?
Well, all you need a doctor. But from what the people say the signs of COVID-19 is, he sounds like he got it. He should go and seek medical attention immediately.
But from what you've been hearing, and from what you telling me, Mavis, you can't play around with this COVID.
No, you can't play with COVID. They also say that you should not stay home and self-diagnose yourself and treat yourself with these home remedies, you know. They say if you experience the signs of COVID-19, run fast and seek medical attention immediately, especially if you got pre-existing conditions, because it could be a matter of life or death. The people say that some people coming to seek medical attention too late.
Well, I can keep myself safe by following all the COVID-19 protocols. I ain't playing around with this thing at all, especially if I notice any symptoms. Look, I can call Mountain now and tell you to go and get checked right away. As the old people say, Mavis, a stitch in time, the save nine.
Giggard, you got that right here?
Look, I gone here. Keep yourself safe.
I can talk to you later. And you try and keep safe too. All right. Bye.
Oh, cheese on. Babes, I forget my mask home again.
Again?
Man, this COVID-19 thing, got you wearing a mask all the time wherever you go. And I'm accustomed to that. And I always forgetting, you know, how many times I had to go back for my mask. Plus, I tired of all this, spraying your hands wherever you go. Man, it drained out my hands.
Hun, I know the feeling. We are not accustomed to wearing these face masks all the time, so you will forget it. What I do is that I keep a reserve face mask in the car so that if I leave home without it, that I always have one. You will look, because I have one right here in the cubby hole. Here you go.
Babes, you just always save the day, you know. But I ain't gotta do like you. I ain't gotta keep a reserve mask in my car too.
It works. And don't fret too much about all the hand spraying, you know. This is to help keep you and I safe and all of we safe. We will adjust to it. I'm glad the people strict with this hand spraying, wearing the face mask, and the physical distancing too. We have to keep following the protocols. We can't afford to let our guards down now. We got this.
You're right. All right, I can't back there now, all right?
No problem.
Welcome back to Candid Conversations. This is our second guest for the show, and his name is Caleb Cook. He's the owner of Cook's Finest, and you see some lovely cake. So in this, we're going to eventually, I am going to have the privilege to taste the cake. But before I taste the cake, we're going to have some light conversation.
Yes, we will.
My first question is, when did you begin? How did this start? What was your inspiration?
Well, I started back in June 2012.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wanted an avenue, basically, where I can make money. And it was a challenge at first, obviously, to find an avenue to go in, because you don't really want to go into breads, because people were baking breads and stuff. And you know, cheesecakes just came up because at that time, much people weren't doing desserts anyhow. And, you know, I sat and I taught myself. I do tutorials online.
You taught yourself?
Yes, I'm all self-taught. Yes, and from there it was a journey. It took quite a while to reach the state where I am at right now. But it was a very interesting one, very interesting.
Okay, so where are you located?
Our cafe is in Norman Center, which is in Bridgetown. But we have an online store, which is cooksfinest.com.
Online store?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So you can go online and you can purchase cupcakes, cheesecakes, desserts, meringues, tarts. And now we recently launched our customization section. So you can go and you can customize a cake, how much layers you want it to be, what fillings you want. Do you want gold leaf, silver leaf, fill-ins, drips, whatever it is you want.
Drips?
Everything is there.
Drips?
Yes.
Drips.
So drips would be like chocolate ganache. You can also have colored drips, which will like run down to the side of the cake.
Okay. So obviously you do birthday specials and
birthdays, we do functions, Halloween, whatever it is you name it, we can do it.
Okay. So you are a dessert company?
Yes, we are.
Your specialty is desserts. So the cupcakes, cheesecakes,
regular cakes, I said meringues, tarts, all that sort of stuff. Once it falls under dessert, we can do it.
Okay. So peach cobbler inside there too?
Haven't made that one. That one was in our books to do, but we haven't reached that one.
You haven't reached that. When you reach that one, call me again. Okay?
No problem.
But these cakes, they look so beautiful. Are they edible?
Yes, they're edible.
You know, you see something and then you think, but should I eat it? So they actually taste good. You can actually eat. If I pick this up, I can actually eat this.
Yes, you can. Well, not the wrapper though. But
oh, not the wrapper.
You never know. Hopefully, they may have edible wrappers. You never know.
In due course.
Yeah.
But it is so beautiful. What goes into your mind when you decorate?
For me, I get a lot of inspiration from online, like Cheesecake Factory, and then when I travel overseas, you get some inspiration, and then you just take that inspiration, just make it your own, basically. You just try to do things outside of the box. And there's some things that will always be classic, like, sprinkles and red velvet and stuff. But for some of our stuff, you just try to think outside the box. You just look and see what everybody else is doing, and you try to find your own way to be different and to stand out. So competitive. Yes, you have to be competitive. Okay. And part of your competition is to make sure you explore all the avenues, like doing the online thing, so I could stay home now and order my cake. You deliver as well? Yes, we do delivery. Okay. So enough of this talk, because I like how these things look. And do you find that people go a lot for cupcakes now, or we still do the massive cakes? The parties and so on and so forth. Recently, though, I've realized that a lot of persons now are into customizations. So when they go, well, since we launched the customization section, we found that we actually got quite a good response for it. And they're willing to pay the price for it, Okay. I mean, before, what I envisioned for Cook's Finest was we have cakes, a standard cake. You see the cake and you buy it, rather than customers just come and say, oh, I want this, 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 and this, and then you don't have a signature look for the cake. We still have that signature look for the cakes, but we found that since we launched the customization one, that they go all in. They want this, they want the third, they want the fourth, they want the new boxes, the new see-through boxes that we have. They want candles, they want balloons. Balloons on cake? Well, not on the cake, but it comes as a package. Okay. So you can, if you're turning like 24 or whatever age it is. He says I'm turning 24. Yes? Yes, you can get those balloons, you get all that cake toppers, everything you can get. Okay. Now I am going to sample this cake that you made. And? Well, let's correct that. I didn't make these ones. My assistant, Akini McLean, he actually made these ones. Oh, you have you are a real company. You have an assistant. Yes. Yes, that's good. I love to see when young people are moving on with their entrepreneurial skills and have a staff and all of that. That's great. Yeah. And it looked like chocolate, and it is chocolate. So what? There's a thing
people believe that women are the ones who should be in the kitchen.
That was the thing probably years ago. You know, women did everything. They bake, they cook, they clean, whatever it is. And times have changed. I mean, you see a lot of men now who are chefs, and believe it or not, they're some of the best in the world.
It would appear.
Sorry, we take over from you all ladies. Not with the cleaning and stuff, but with the cooking.
Oh, it's a C. With the cooking, the baking, and trust me, it is delicious. And I see you have some drops of...
Those are miniature chocolate chips.
Miniature chocolate chips.
Yes.
So all of you chocolate lovers, what else do we have here?
We also, I think this one here is...
Vanilla.
Vanilla, and then we have red velvet.
And red velvet. And anything that we desire, we can just give you a call. We can come down to Norman Center.
Yes.
Or we can go online.
Correct.
And you will customize. So if I wanted a cake with my image on it.
Yes, you can get that done.
Okay, you can get. How long does it take?
3 business days.
3 business days.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, my friends, it is truly wonderful being on this show, Candid Conversations. And I'm the one who's enjoying the lovely cake, the delicacies, the dessert. So if you need anything for your
birthday, functions,
your functions,
whatever it is you need it for, we are here to provide it for you.
Yes. So it can be personal or it could be a company or group, whatever it is. Young entrepreneurs in Barbados. That's where you get us. Thank you so much. Candid Conversations.
Hi Barbados, this is Edwin Yearwood. We, like the rest of the world, have been dealing with the deadly effects of COVID-19.
Recently, we received 100,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which could help put us back on the road to recovery. But how do we get the vaccine to those who need or want the dose? The government of Barbados, in the first wave, is offering the vaccine to those between the ages of 18 and 70 who suffer from the chronic illnesses like diabetes or hypertension, as underlying conditions like these make people more vulnerable to the virus. If you fall into this category, take careful note of the following information. These 4 numbers have been dedicated to take WhatsApp messages only. The numbers are Flow 2808222 and 2818222. Digicel 8501869 and 8511869. Landline 8507171. When you call the landline, you will hear a message prompting you to leave the requested information. No one will answer. Remember, these numbers will not be answered as regular phone calls, so please be sure to send a text or voice message indicating you wish to receive the vaccination. Include your name, age, address, national registration number, and a working phone number where you can be reached. Be sure to state any chronic illnesses you suffer from and the name of your doctor or the polyclinic you attend. You may also email the information to vaccine18-69@barbados.gov.bb.
We can beat this, Barbados. Together, we can beat this.
You can use a mask that you've purchased, make one at home, or simply use a cloth face covering. I will take this opportunity to show you how to put on a cloth mask. Prior to putting on a cloth mask, it is imperative that you wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So if you have a face mask such as this with loops, pick it up, holding only the loops, bring it to your nose level and place it on like this, covering your nose and your mouth. One ear first, next ear, and make that one adjustment so it fits snugly and ensure that you can breathe. When taking it off, avoid touching the front of the mask as it may be contaminated. One thing you definitely shouldn't do with your mask, and you will see a lot of people do this, is pull it from the front. This is potentially a contaminated area. So when you're taking off the mask, make sure to avoid this area and simply take it off one loop one ear at a time. Place the mask in a plastic bag. Clean your hands with soap and water or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer before you touch anything else or before you touch your face. You can wash your mask in a washing machine with warm or hot water with soap. Alternatively, you can wash in a bucket with warm, soapy water for 30 minutes. Take it out and dry it. When dry, place in a resealable bag. Remember to wash your hands immediately after washing used masks and before you touch clean ones. Wearing masks can be uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to wearing them. But if you fit it correctly, you can keep it on for several hours before having to take it off. If you have any questions about the use of face coverings, you can call the COVID-19 hotline at 536-4500.
The continued fight against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Hello again. It is truly a wonderful experience. Our roundtable discussion is entitled Youth and Positive Lyrics in Music. And with me, a lovely set of young people. On my right, I have Asher.
Yes, please.
Dynamo Murrow and Don Ross.
Yes.
Oliver, he's on my far left, and close to my heart, Ahanje Daniel. These lovely young persons are going to be talking about the topic that I just shared, youth and positive lyrics in music. What? With all the popular music we hear on the airwaves, social media, etc., which include violence and sex and illegal drugs, what makes you think that there's a place to sing positive lyrics?
Well, I could start with positive music. You know, when you pursue positive music and a positive vibe, you realize that there's no need for the lewdness. So I would certainly say then that we look outside of everything lewd and everything, you know, vulgar or whatever the case is, because as youngsters too, we are not supposed to, or at least we are expected not to push and portray that energy, because a lot of our peers, you know, our class, as those kind of persons and ambassadors for that kind of thing. So, you know, the few of us that partake in music that is positive, or, you know, vibe a dance, something that has nothing to do with vulgarity. You know, we are truly blessed, so as ambassadors, you know, for the positive stuff.
And yes, and you're smiling at me, sir.
Yes, so in my opinion, there's always a message to be shared. It doesn't have to be, as you said, lewd. You don't have to be talking about all the gun violence and stuff. You can be talking about it, but in a positive way. Like how you can stop it, you know. What you can do to get like the young girls and stuff off of these streets. All of those are messages that you can portray in the same songs that you are singing about. So that's my view on that.
That's your take on it?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
With music, I think that everyone, no matter how young or old you are, listens to music. So instead of you, let me say, listening to a parent telling a child do blah blah blah, if people always listen to music, why not put the positive message inside a song? You could just walk the street, listen to it, lie down, wake up in the morning and listen to it continuously. And I honestly believe that certain people only push lewd music because they think that it will get them somewhere, when really and truly that's not the actual fact. If you come along and see someone doing a particular thing, you think that that's the way to do it, so you can do it this way to get that result, but it's actually not true.
So you basically think that music changes people?
Yeah, it has a big impact on society and, you know, how people see certain things. Because, you know, growing up, you will listen to Lauryn Hill and the different people and vibe out. And also, you will listen to the, you know, we're children. You listen to everything. So you listen to the Movado and the Vibes Cartel, and you go like, but two contrastingly different styles. And, you know, that's something that I don't want to do. I think it's the individual though. Because personally, as a girl, if I decide, I want to be lewd, let me go and get a tongue ring and show my navel ring and, you know, put on a sharp pants, I'm going to say some bashment, you know. People like to see that itself. People do it, we see it. But personally, I think it has a lot to do with your maxim and what you live up to, your standards. Yeah, your standards. And what you tell yourself, like, like, no, nobody's not going to see me, you know, in next to nothing, in a music video, you know, with any vulgar music or anything of that sort. So what I try to do, you know, is live to my maxim and what I would, you know, 10 years from now look back at and not be disappointed in. Okay. That's what I do.
Okay, the question that you asked, if music has an impact. Yes, music has an impact. When you hear music, it just put you in the mood. If you hear romantic music, you feel romantic. If you hear all the goodies, you feel like an old soul. If you hear bang, bang, gunshots, you getting hype and everybody getting hype. So I believe that whatever music you put out, you are responsible for putting out music you put out. Then you put out this music and people listen, how the people react, that is your responsibility and that is what you have produced. So yes, it has a great impact on people.
Okay.
I grew up in a household, you know, that I was exposed to soca from a very young age. So I never really listened to a bunch of genres. My main genre was mainly soca because my parents were involved in the art form. I would say that it does have an impact on what people, you know, turn out to be, because you can start singing something positive and then you are pressured into singing something else and you change to suit what you're pressured into singing. So if you actually like change yourself for somebody else when you know it's not yourself, it goes all into that.
Okay, and you won't be able to do your best in any case.
Exactly, because you're not being yourself.
The pressure thought. When we think about, as soon as you said pressure, I immediately went to peer pressure. How does that impact you? Don't you want to be with the majority of your peers in singing and, you know, the lyrics that you do? Don't you feel left out?
No, not really, because everybody loves soca. You know? Yeah. Everybody loves soca. You can't not love soca. Even if you singing Run Down the Road, take out your hand or saying so, everybody's still participating because you're giving instructions. So when the peers say, man, you singing this here, so that cringy, this and next and third,
but then they see you the same month or so performing for multiple people, getting your message across. You do real good, yeah, congratulations and stuff. So their minds will change when they see you pursuing what you want to do.
I believe that. I think since all three of us that here started from a young age, I feel that you honestly grow past the peer pressure stage. Meaning, let me start from young. First and foremost, I'm a Christian, so the music that I produce reflects me. Whatever I sing must reflect me. I can't sing anything else that reflects someone else because as Don Ross said, it won't be me. So I honestly think I pushed past that stage of the peer pressure because the reality of it, children our age, there's good effects and young bad. You will not see us performing at effects because the children that are our age don't want to hear that music. So you will see us performing more for adults or at certain shows, but you won't see us performing in certain areas. But I honestly believe that you have to know what you're doing. If you're doing it because you want the fame and you want the likes, you can give it to the peer pressure because the pressure can be, I want to be known among my peers, so sing X and Y so my peers can recognize it. So you have to know and believe in ways that you sing and know you stand to know that if you sing this particular thing and your peers don't like it, so well, that's life.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. We all, are continuing to grow as artists, and you go through that phase all the time. Somebody is always listening to the music and going like, man, shoot, she come, but yeah, that same thing again. She look like so-and-so or whatever the case is, and mimicking this body, mimicking that body. I don't appreciate your style. I don't like that, I'd rather listen to this all day. But within you have to know, well, stay true to yourself, because I think that's what makes you an artist. You don't want to be the next Queen Africa or the next, the next Donella, the next whoever. You want to be the next you. And yeah, that, like, to bring something new to the table and something unique. So I think that's all about it, and we have gotten used to being ourselves, so it doesn't bother us anymore.
So it's a good thing you started at a young
Yes,
age.
it is a good thing. And even if we had just started, or the adults and everybody on board would make us comfortable enough to get past that.
So you sticking to your positive lyrics.
Yeah, and I would say the circle around you also.
Yeah.
The circle around you, the parents, the people that you surround yourself with, is a great influence. Because, well, the children of your age might not want to hear it. The adults saying, yes, that's the way to go. So whoever you surround yourself with is what really will make the impact on you.
Awesome. What is your inspiration for, because you mentioned some names,
Queen Africa, not really, that's me listening to reggae and me just naming a random artist. But really and truly, I can't really call names because you pull inspiration from a million different places as you traverse the different genres, whatever the case may be. But regionally, I would say Mrs. Crystal Cummings Backhoes and people like Donella, Russell Oliver, all of those great people, Sluggy Dan, Randy Eastman, great producers and people that embrace the youth. And I am always thankful for the opportunity to, shed some light on these things.
Awesome.
For me, it's one of my peers. One of my peers are one of my inspirations, because I was in secondary school, and then, Dynamo came into the same school as me, and he was like, you should sing, Your parents should sing, you should sing, it might be good. And I was like, it might actually take you up on it. 2 3 years later, he was still encouraging me, and that gave me the confidence to actually go and push through with it. And then my mother and my father, and then Billboard and Janelle, they're also encouraging me, telling me, you got talent. The first year they went straight to the finals, and they were like, you should continue doing it. So yeah, those are my inspiration.
I would say my inspirations are, I wanted to say, my parents and my church family, because those are the people who push me and inspire me to do what it is that I do. If you're asking what artists I look up to or like to hear, I would say I like to hear Skinny Fabulous, meaning for the voice and thing, because the bass and the voice to sound real good. I would say bass voice, I like to hear the man music because the bass and stuff, but constantly, if you charge my phone, the only music I listen to is gospel music. People see me as a soca artist. I rarely listen to soca music. That is the honest truth. I listen to Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin. That's just me. I like old music, and that's my preference. That's me. That's all I listen to. If you charge my whole phone, I got bare old music, bare gospel music.
Oh dear, and so we will not believe that.
You will not believe that. I can actually pull it in right now and show you. But.
Okay, I trust you. Trust me. I trust you. All right. Do you believe then that there is a real place in music for these positive lyrics? Because every time you turn on your radio, you hear about somebody bending down or get behind this body or whatever. That seems to be coming out of all the airwaves. So yes, you said the adults appreciate, that's where you will be performing generally, but how do we reach the wider world? Is it really something you're going to stick with?
Yeah, of course. It might start on the smaller areas at first, because if you actually look at it, our songs will mainly play on gospel radios and stuff, because that's the audience that it attracts. But as you continue, it will spread further, because if you check it, Kurt Franklin's music plays on all types of radio stations in America and all over the world. And he never stopped. He started from the bottom and he went up. So if you continue doing it, someday it's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. We make it a trend. We make the space. So
we make it a trend.
We make the space. So if we as a collective come together and be like, this is what we are pushing, this is our brand, this is what we have to offer, eventually I think then that you will be successful after how much ever attempts and changing the formula, changing the strategy and working it, and it will work out. Certainly it will work out.
I do believe that there is a place for positive music and music that's not loud, meaning so the greatest artists, Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson, don't sing about pushing back, don't sing about walking up, and they are what we call the greatest artists. And I believe when you go to a party or whatever, and you hear somebody say drinking rum and push back, yes, you walk up, you go home, you still got to deal with whoever you live with, life issues, you get fired from work, you still got to deal with every single thing. In life, you just hear a song and it ain't as you left the party, it's done. When you hear a song that something that inspires you, something that touch you, you go home, you ponder the song, you actually start to study lyrics of the song, and I believe that's something that can change people. Load music, you go to the fact, walk up, it done day. When you go home, it done, you start to live whatever situation you live with, but positive music, I actually believe that it can impact people and change people.
Music is a counselor. Music is soothing.
Music is a counselor. Never heard that one before, but yes, I really agree with you. As we wrap up, I just want to, I want you to tell our audience your songs so that they can research, so that they may keep following up. So I'm going to start all the way over here. Don Ross.
My song is entitled In This Together, and my name on the song is Ross.
In This Together?
In This Together on YouTube.
On YouTube.
My song is entitled Broken Chains, and it is also found on YouTube, and my name is Ahandje, Yahandje.
Okay.
And my name is Dynamo. Y'all people is about your Dynamo, and you can check out my song on YouTube called Bring Them Back.
This is not to promote, but I'm so excited to be with you. And it's great to actually hear you witnessing, because in my background, that's what we call it, witnessing positive lyrics. Positive lyrics come from God. He is our sole inspiration. So I just wanted the world to check you out again. Okay, so thank you so much for consenting to be with me here as
it was our divine pleasure.
Oh, divine pleasure. Yes, so I can call on you anytime. It's great. Thank you so much.
Yo, man, where's that afternoon? Yeah, Dynamo, you're dropping that big this year. Man, my team, I drop Sam hard enough. You know, I'm making sport. Man, want some cheeks.
Yeah, how you know about cheeks?
Yeah, how you know about cheeks? Yeah, Only know cheats.
Wait, and this week, I want something from you.
Nah, but when I met already know that I'm booked so.
Big man, and you can't go on a hard soaker soon before walking up on drinks.
Alright, I get sure when I meant that I could burn a hard soaker song that ain't gonna do that with cheats, but season walking up and nothing slack, so watch and see.
Oh, dynamo on the scene, keeping it rough and clean. Bang bang ba-dong ba-dong, bang bang ba-dong ba-dong, bang bang ba-dong ba-dong dong dong. Woo! In 2020, girls showing off all of their body just to get a couple of likes on Facebook and IG. What happened to being a respectable young lady? You forget the morals that you worked out from a baby. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. I can't see them at all. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. If you want it back, listen to what your daddy say, listen to what your mommy say, listen to what your granny say. So we can bring them back. Listen to what your teacher say, listen to what the preacher say, listen to what the Bible say. Cause it's time to bring them back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the standards back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the morals back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the values back. Bring them back, bring them back. Young boys feeling that they bad, them call themselves possessors. Vegan is like a magnet cause it attract them finger. The fastest they do is want to pull the trigger. They don't care if you is a family, friend or stranger. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. I can't see them at all. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. But if you want them back, listen to what your daddy say, listen to what your mommy say, listen to what your granny say. So we can bring them back. Listen to what your teacher say, listen to what the preacher say, listen to what the Bible say. Cause it's time we bring them back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the standards back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the morals back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the values back. Bring them back, bring them back. Boy, let me bring them back. Let me bring them back. Let me bring them back. But do you find the right track? I could bring them back. You could bring them back. We could bring them back. Boy. Every single year soca artists that sing the same thing. Them the same but walking up and pushing back and whining, encouraging lewdness and they glamorizing drinking. I ain't know when last I hear a song that was uplifting. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. I can't see them at all. They already standards gone, they already morals gone, they already values gone. But if you want them back, remember what your daddy say, remember what your mommy say, remember what your granny say. So we can bring them back. Remember what your teacher say, remember what the preacher say, remember what your Bible say. Cause it's time we bring them back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the standards back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the morals back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the values back. Bring them back, bring them back. Why? Let me bring them back. Let me bring them back. Let me bring them back. But do you find the right track? I can bring them back. You can bring them back. We can bring them back. Cause it's time to bring them back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the standards back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the values back. Bring them back, bring them back. We go bring the morals back. Bring them back, bring them back.
I hope that you had as much fun as I did on this exciting time, Candid Conversations. So you just stay tuned for the next time. There'll be more exciting guests and, of course, something dynamic and interesting for us to be involved in. Always action, Candid Conversations.